Hey guys, on a request, I'm gonna do a tutorial on this new, or actually this really old bass I made like 2 years ago. I accidentally made the Koan Sounds Mr. Brown bass, and yesterday after I posted this video on Facebook, I got a request to make a tutorial on how to make the sound, so I'm gonna do that. Just gonna show you the video and this awesome profile. So if you're on Instagram, just go follow me. It's lots of juice. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever. I remember making it in Operator. I'm just gonna load up Operator, and this is I'm gonna do it all with Ableton Livestock effects because that's what I used 2 years ago. I just started producing and I got lucky, I guess. And this is how I made this Koan Sound Mr. Brown bass-ish. I remember it being like a square. Let's just take square 6. Yeah, and the trick here is that I started with, I think I started like this. I was a bit too lazy to transpose the keyboard. Yeah, I think this is actually the main sound. It doesn't sound like it, but if you switch the algorithm to this one here so that the two top oscillators starts modulating each other, or they do not modulate each other. I mean, this is the trick to the patch. I'm just gonna see if I can find the how it sounded like. Yeah, and on the normal, like basic algorithm here. When I first started sound designing back in the days, I didn't have a clue what I were doing, so I might not get the exact sound as in the video, but I think I remember basically how it was done. Let's see that it's a triangle filter, I'm pretty sure. It's an LFO with a triangle filter here. Let's see. No, triangle. And of course, control the filter, turn off the oscillator thing. We don't want any resonance here. Yeah, that's kind of it. Now, don't worry about the spread. I'll split the signal afterwards and make a sub, which is not spread, of course. Afterwards, okay. So I think this is the basic sound here. Yeah, I think I nailed it. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn off voices. That's ugly. And I'm gonna turn on glide. Yeah. So, and then what effects did I use? I can't find the patch, you see, so I'm gonna fuck it, I'm just gonna use a preset for now and just crank it up a bit. That's cool. I think the main like characteristics of this sound came from the amp. I think it actually was blues as well. Output dual. Yeah. And bit too much. The distortion is cool, but I'm just gonna let like 60% out, turn down the bass a bit, treble a bit, presence, yeah, get that down a bit. It's not the Koan sound, Mr. Brown sound is a bit like round. It's not that beastie, or not that, it's not that hard. It's more round, like an airy bass. Yeah, I think that's it. And saturator, I can, keep on distorting the frequencies like this as well. Just gonna put on DC here to avoid clipping. Let's see. I think often Synoid and soft sign. Sorry about the clipping here. It's my buffer size is really low, so I don't get the talk back. I'm on headphones, so I'm just gonna play around because I can't really remember what I did. It adds a bit more body to it, I guess. And look, these frequencies is just in the mud area, but it sounds good, so I'm not afraid to experiment and try it anyway. And then I think I think I'm gonna create a little room feeling here. Now, this button here on the filter is kind of cool. I'm not really 100% sure what it does, but it says on the description that the filter frequency is modulated by note pitch according to this setting. A value of 100% means that the frequency doubles per octave. Now, I couldn't really figure it out. It might be the fact that I'm Norwegian, and yeah, it's just a language barrier. I can't really understand what it does, but it can really change the sound. Listen to this for an example. And that's kind of what we want. We want more hollow, more airy bass. But going down the frequencies or the pitches, it sounds like it's like opening up the like frequency more the more I go down. Like if I turn this to 0 and I think it's acting something like that. My frequency is closing, and the higher I go, more like it cuts off the frequency. I think if you know the correct answer to what it actually does, just leave it in a comment. I'll deeply appreciate it. Anyway, so yeah. I think this is actually the basic sound. Let's just macro some. Let's see, macro. It's a bit 78 to 90. No, let's see, 80 to 90. Yeah. So now when you want to play with this, you want to go and you could. It's sort of like the sampler. If I use the sampler, it would go up in LFO rate as the higher pitch. You can just automate this manually with the operator as well. So I think that's the basic stuff actually that there is to know. It might need a bit more distortion, and I forgot to split the sub, but it would be really easy to do. Anyway, let's just do that. Just for fun, and because I'm a fun dude. Let's just actually let's brick wall it instead. Just gonna roll off the frequencies here. 125 maybe. Yeah. And brick wall compressor. I'm just gonna use presets. Yeah. And of course, then I gotta split this signal somehow. 125 here. And then this one, we don't want any spread here. We want it to be mono to be sure. I can actually just to be 100% sure. Yeah, well, so yeah, that's basically it as well. Now you gotta, since I just copied, it's really nice to make sub patches and in groups like this after you've done macroing and stuff, because when you copy and you want movement to be exactly the same, you don't have to go through the hassle in remapping it. Like if I just dragged in a new operator here, I'd have to go, do everything again. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. That was a fairly quick tutorial, I think. And yeah, subscribe for more action. Cheers.